I started to study with Kausthub in 2004 when my teacher at this time asked me to study with Kausthub. And then since that time I regularly visit Kausthub, and before Kausthub and his father, nowadays Kausthub and his mother and his wife in Chennai. So I started this process because I wanted to heal myself and to learn yoga. I cannot imagine how would be my life without this, because my life has improved so much that it's a bit moving. It's like I am now the father of a young boy which is 4 years that I love so much. I am the husband of a beautiful wife that I love, whose name is Elodie, and I love my job, and I think I am useful for the society, and I am able to help some people, and if I am not able to help them, I can send them to Kausthub who will help them. So for me it's like I have gained, I have found back myself. I am still finding by myself because the process never ends, but it's like I was so far from myself and suffering so much, and now I am so grateful in my life that I have that strength to find inside some strength, and that's fantastic. Also, I have gained some knowledge of my root and some ancestral knowledge, which has been so important for me. And not only in a negative way, but also in such a positive way, because I have found back some root, and this is like priceless. I love studying one-to-one, and I love also studying in group when the group is very light. So I really like both processes, but I guess that when we say one-to-one, is that when there is an intimate connection between the teacher and the student. And this intimate connection is not describable, and it's very nice to feel that somebody knows you very well and wants good for you and can know how to advise you, and also knows what is the good practice for you and all this and that. It's giving such a sense of security, but not in a materialistic way. It's really giving you some wings. What is very good about this tradition is that there are so many tools, and I have never been so good in asana doing, nor so much interested by that, but when it was needed I was doing it. But there is also so many other tools which are so important for me and so dear for my heart, that we can that I can do every day to connect myself and to continue my own healing. So I really appreciate all the tools that we have for helping meditation, or helping chanting, or breathing, or I am learning also that to go for a walk 15 minutes, it's also a tool, or to speak with a friend is also a tool. So what is so fantastic is that everything can be a tool in this tradition if it's done with the right attitude. And on this topic I am learning so much daily. My feeling is that Kausthub is the only successor of TKV Desikachar, and this is giving him so many dimension of yoga that we usually don't know, and I'm still sure that so many dimensions I don't know. This is one point. The other point is that Kausthub Desikachar is so special in so many ways that he has traveled the world so many times to teach yoga, and he has met so many different people in different cultures with who he has interacted in a very deep and profound way, that is making his knowledge on healing and on spirituality very high. And what it is very paradoxal, because in that direction you can feel that this is so high, and in the other direction it is so accessible and not at all arrogant, and mostly never speak of this. So it is making the relationship very, very much effective, and this is very unique. This is very unique. Well, as you know, we have technologies now, like Skype, but also it's like that. If you have a connection, it's okay. You don't need to be always side by side physically. It's like that. So for me, it's working very well. Even though we are not living in the same country, that's okay. What I like most about Kausthub Desikachar as a teacher is that he can take you where you don't even know that the country exists. He can take you in some country that you don't even know this is existing. And it is always helping you to transcend your own limit. So, and for this you need your own faith. So it's not like Kausthub Desikachar is doing it alone, but Kausthub Desikachar plus your own faith is helping you to cross your limit. And again, and this is so wonderful to know that. Yeah. It is not a relationship based on fear where everybody is afraid and everybody is contracting on themselves. It's like so expanding. Yeah, that's what is so fantastic. Because to transcend your limit, you always need a little bit of encouragement and a little bit of faith, because it's always have some resistances that you don't like. You have some fear that you didn't notice. You have some vasana or some memory that you didn't know it was inside you. And by taking you in this region, you can also discover yourself in a way that you didn't know. And by this discovering of yourself, you discover also people around you, and you are much more able to help people, and you are much more able to deal with the world, and to be anchored, to be calm, to be hearted. And this is really, really a beautiful travel, really. For me, yoga therapy was not accessible because I have been helped by TKV Desikachar in a therapeutic way in 2005 until 2010, when I had some problem myself with my heart, and I had to go through a very heavy surgery. And it was for me so touching to know and to see, by the help of his father, how much I could, with the practice, daily overcome all this difficult situation, and to continue to make my dharma as if there was nothing. And for me, this field of yoga therapy was like magical, and I thought in myself that it was not for me. I thought it was for some rishi like TKV Desikachar, and that we would never be able to help other people, because it's so deep, it's such a big subject. And the beauty with Kausthub Desikachar is that he has studied with his father, but also his mind is so rational in some ways that he's able to systematize it in a way that you can grasp it, reflect on that, and then slowly begin to help each other people. And that is what is wonderful, because I don't think so many people has that ability to take that field which is so specific and to make it useful for society and for humanity. And since I began that therapy training, people come to me and they come back and they are happy to work with me. And before I did that, before I began that training, people came, but then they didn't come for such a long time. But now it's like really something has strongly changed in that field, and that's really good for me, but also that's really good for the people who come and who transform themselves. So thank you to Kausthub for that, because it's amazing. The thing is that I have never been implied totally in some other tradition, so I cannot really speak, but what I can see or observe in my students who are coming and who come from other tradition is that they are very much body-centered in their approach and ego-centered. They want to make that beautiful posture, and they want to have that benefit, and they want to achieve this, and they want to be great yogis and all this. It is very much a narcissistic approach and bodily approach, and it's very difficult to, it takes some time to bring them towards something else. And what is so wonderful with Kausthub Desikachar is that he is standing for yoga. And yoga is not about body, yoga is about something much deeper. And Kausthub has these faculties to bring people close to their heart. So many times I saw Kausthub teaching a group who is quite heavy in the first day, and in the fourth day, people are so happy. Because he teaches some practices, he teaches some chanting. He is also able to, in the theory, to touch people in what they are living now through the theory of yoga, and all this is touching them so deeply that they are so amazed to see that such a teaching still exists nowadays. That I think that if you want to teach yoga, you have to invite Kausthub Desikachar, because so that it will bring like a wave of spirituality in the yoga, and this is what is really needed, because otherwise yoga will become the opposite of yoga. In this modern world, yoga is the most of time it's becoming the opposite of yoga. And hopefully we have people like Kausthub Desikachar who have that strength to stand from that and to change it, and so this is quite fantastic. Well, I have two things I would like to say about this, and the first one is that I am bringing to Kausthub Desikachar many female students, and he's always so respectful to them, and they are always so happy because they could improve and they received what they wanted to receive. So it's really respectful and very dignified in his approach. That's one thing. And the other thing is, I saw the suffering of Kausthub and of his family during this time, and for me it's such an example to see how he has been able to recover from that process, because I don't think so many people are able to do that. But also he has been able to do that by respecting the yamas and niyamas, because at this time there was, I think, a report in the police or something like that, and he did not take any public, he did not speak publicly during all this time. He was still quiet and waiting, patiently waiting, still working and making his work increasing, but he had to quit also from different things, so it was very difficult, but he was trying to build himself, but still respecting the yamas and niyama, and he stayed quietly until maybe 2 years or 2 years and a half, so that the complaint has been I don't know in English, withdrawn from the police, and that we know now that all allegations were wrong, were not true. And this is so wonderful to see him now, because he's glowing so much, and he he has no bitterness about this. You don't. He is not playing a victim role about this, and that's, for me, that's fantastic, because when I myself have some problem in my life which is very small, I always think about Kausthub and the big problem he had and how he has overcome this, and that's fantastic. Really, that's such a fantastic teaching. Because we always say that you know who is a yogi not by all what he can tell you, but also how he lives, and this period was so difficult for him, and I'm very sure he's really a yogi, because not so many people could have overcome that. It was really, really difficult. I do it daily. I do it daily. I do it daily because if it's always giving some enthusiasm to the people, and it's always giving a new mirror for them to meet Kausthub Desikachar. So I do it daily. Very often I ask people, why don't you come with me, we meet Kausthub Desikachar, why don't you come here and there, and so many times people are so happy of doing that. He's a ruby, as his name says, is the ruby of Narayana. So Narayana is bearing Kausthub in his heart. So that's one thing which is fantastic, and which is so great about Krishnamacharya, who saw, when he named Kausthub, who saw all that and who knew all this. So that's so fantastic. And he's a genius in so many ways to teach yoga and to teach people. So that's already two adjectives. And the third one is like it's fun. We have so much of fun that it's so nice. Yeah.